Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome back once again. As you can see, the head teacher's not here today. I know he doesn't like me saying that, but I don't care, bro. Today we've got my brother Abs with us today. Welcome, brother.
Nice one,
brother
man.
Abs.
Good to be on here. Good to be
Welcome,
on here.
family.
Family. Don't be nervous today.
Nah, I'm good, man.
You see, guys, how you lot doing? West side, you guys okay?
Yeah.
See how I asked about you lot today. Normally I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care,
never do.
but
Yeah, to be fair.
I feel like I wanna.
You're doing good
No,
today.
yeah,
spread
all
some
good,
love
bro.
today.
Cold, but we're here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
cold,
my
man.
guy's wearing a snood indoors.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold, wallah. It's hella
ready, I
windy.
can't
It's
lie.
hella windy. I can't lie, fam. It's not windy in here, but you know,
It's
just a
okay.
bit cold in
You
it.
look good, bro.
Thank
You
you.
got a good little turtleneck thing going. It's alright, bro.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
I appreciate that.
But today we're going to talk about you. As for some of you that don't know, Abs used to be a professional footballer and he's knocked about like in the professional level as well. And now you're a coach. But before we sort of break down your whole, I'd like to break down your journey rather than just go through it one time. So talk to us about like the early stages. Like I know every young kid wants to grow up to be a footballer, and I think we all of us have the same sort of dream. So for you, like I want to know where it started for you. Like, did you get picked up on a random football game? Was it out in the park somewhere? Or
Exactly that. I got picked up playing local team. Obviously, I wasn't born here. I was born in Saudi, but originally from Yemen. Came over when I was like 8 years old to London. Lived in Edmonton. Grew up in Edmonton. Done all that stuff. Went to school there, primary school. So I was just playing in a local team called Norseman. Just a local team. Even then, when I played, I got picked up through like, you know, that primary when you're playing with your mates in the playground, and then one of the boys like, like my dad runs a team, come play for us. Back then, I didn't know. So obviously, when he said that, I wasn't really into football. Like, I just played because the kids were playing in it, and I didn't speak great English. I didn't speak no English actually. So for me, it was like, just make friends in it. So I just went along with it. You know, I turned up, but because I've not played football before, and obviously. No, it's not even. No, I was good. But
No, it's because you never played.
No, the footwear was mad.
Oh, wait, in sandals.
Because
The Saudi
Man
sandals.
came out with a Saudi thing.
I'm wearing socks and sandals. no, I'm joking. But yeah, so the footwear, I didn't know it was going to be on grass, innit? Because obviously back in Saudi, it's a concrete.
Concrete or sand, dust.
Yeah, it was concrete sand. So we're just wearing normal stuff. So I'm turning up and it's grass. Bro, I'm wearing normal trainers. I ain't even got like Astros or like football boots, nothing. So I'm just turning up and
you're
everyone's
sliding.
looking at me like,
what's this
This
guy?
guy.
like we're about to start training or whatever. And then I was like, you're going to put your boots on? What?
I really am. I'm wearing them.
Like, yeah. So we're just, I mean, obviously like playing in the park or whatever and just played as normal or whatever. And then they was like, we want you to stay or whatever. I was like, all right, cool, no problem. Just ended up playing for the local team. And then as you move on, you start to feel, I'm all right at football, you know? Yeah, I'm okay at football. And then just from there, just started playing tournaments.
Did anyone gas you from that, as in the coaches or anyone say to
No.
you, you know, there's some kids that you say, he's very good, like he's a young talent. Did you hear that about your name from that age?
I did, but it didn't register because football wasn't a dream. So when I played as a kid from like 9, 10,
You were
8,
doing
9, 10, it wasn't like, my dream wasn't to be a footballer. So like you said, everyone's dream is to be a footballer. At that age, it wasn't that. I was just going with the flow. I didn't really.
With your friends.
Yeah. And obviously where we come from, there wasn't, the dream wasn't to be a footballer because back home, you didn't know if you was like living in Saudi or whatever, no one wants to be a footballer, bro. Like it's just, you just watch it and you enjoy it. So for me, it wasn't, if I carry on, I'm going to get somewhere, you know? So we was just playing in local tournaments for the same team, played like that summer. I remember playing that summer, ended up getting some boots. And I remember my first pair got shipped from Saudi. My dad shipped them.
From Saudi, yeah?
From Saudi. Lottos.
Lottos. They were big back then.
Lotto, but obviously here, looking at me like, bro, where did you even get these from? And I'm looking at them like, what do you mean where I got them from? Like, but I didn't care in it. So yeah, I got I remember earning them lottos and just played tournaments, bro. Just played that summer, played tournaments, and I smashed it. I smashed the tournaments. I smashed it.
What was you playing them times, position wise?
I was playing like midfield up front, but you know you're playing 7 aside.
Everywhere.
You're just running around everywhere. And I just remember that year, you know, done really well or whatever. And I think at that time, I think it was like year 5. Year 5, the summer of like when I went to year 6, that was when it kicked off. We played in the tournaments, and the team that I was playing for, it was an elite team. So I left Norseman to join another team called Olympic.
Okay.
And basically the Olympic team was a dad basically has decided to put a group of the best local boys together.
Okay.
Super team.
It was like an elite team.
Yeah.
Like,
Galacticos.
and you know, and you know back
Galacticos,
then the Galacticos, that's when they were in
the
all white kit. So he even bought us all white kit.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
so he actually modelled it on.
He modelled it
He
on the
modeled
road.
it. He was like, I'm gonna like, what do you want for you to leave? And obviously for me, I was like, what do you mean leave my team? Like that's the team I played for the last year. It's my local team and it's my good friend's dad's team. And he was like, listen, I'll get you a bike. Wallahi, bro.
Yeah, at that age, a bike is the dream,
essential.
bro.
You're a you and you hear a BMX. You're
BMX,
right, bro.
BMX
That's
back
what it
then.
is, yeah.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah. Where do I sign?
So the man's like, yeah, I'll get you a bike. This guy's gassing. But I said, no, I'm all right. Bro, I swear to you, 2 days later, he turned up. The bike's at my door. He's like, now you play for us? Bro, what can I say to him?
Can't say no.
Where's the kit?
Where's the
Where's
kit, bro?
kit? Bro, I took the kit. I joined them that summer. And bro, we done a madness that summer. We played 7 tournaments, seven-a-side tournaments, won every single one. All white kit. We looked like the
team. Yeah.
So everyone knew about, and we weren't just playing local. We was going a little bit further out. So some journeys were like.
What age is this? You said.
This was like year 6. So
Year 6. So you're about
I'm saying,
12, 11, 12.
Yeah, like no, a little bit younger. He's
Okay,
like,
yeah.
He's like about 10,
11.
turning 11, that kind of age, innit? So yeah, that tournament we were smashing, and I was smashing goals for fun. Like we would win the tournaments, and I'm scoring 30 goals in the tournament. So I'm doing a madness. And then I think the last 2-3 tournaments were more local. That's where all the scouts are and stuff like that. And there was a mention of me going to Tottenham. Let's take him to Tottenham or wherever. And the dad that was, my friend's dad at the time. Obviously, I wasn't playing for them, but he still looked out for me because I was still friends with his son. Whether he understood, and he said, "Listen, Tottenham want you in." I said, "What do you mean? What does that mean?" He's like, "Oh, Tottenham, like training with Tottenham Football Club, innit?"
Yeah.
So all right, cool, no problem. He was a Tottenham fan as well. Had the tattoo in his leg, everything, Shout out Phil Jackson, man. I'll never remember. And obviously, I still speak to the son till now, Mark. And I went training with Tottenham, and I hated it, bro.
Oh, swear.
It was the worst thing I'd ever done. Went there. I remember going there on training Monday.
An Arsenal fan right there.
Yeah, I remember going there training on Monday and thinking, this is it, bro. Then something weren't right.
Yeah.
So he said, all right, we'll go back on the Wednesday, innit? Because they train on Wednesday. All right, cool. Wednesday, bro, I'm training halfway through, and I'm like, this is weird. Like something, I'm not having fun here. I used to with I was last week with my friends.
Was it because it was more like structured? There was like regiment.
Nah, it was just a weird environment, bro. Okay. I don't know, innit? Obviously, I wouldn't know about structure because I don't know nothing. All for me, it was like we was kids playing football. Exactly, yeah. But I just didn't feel, I don't know, I felt a certain way, man. And I remember going back in the car with my friend, said, I'm not going back, just tell them. And he's like, what? You got 6 weeks left? I said, no, I'm not going back there. It's done for me. I'm going back to play football with whatever. Then I remember we had like a couple more tournaments to play, whatever. We played in them, and then I got picked up by Arsenal like a few weeks later. And there was talk about, we want you in, but I didn't go in till like a few weeks later. And then I went into Arsenal, and bro, I walked through that door. I knew I wanted to be there.
Okay.
Then I realised about 4 or 5 weeks ago when I went to Tottenham.
I don't blame you.
This is the place to be. Bro, the environment was mad.
Yeah.
The environment was crazy, bro. You walked in through the change room. The boys are playing head tennis, like kicking the ball about, like just buzzing around, talking, wherever you walking in. I walked in and everyone's like, you're right, what's your name? Like, where you from? Like, just everyone's just chatting.
Welcoming, yeah.
I was like, right, this feels like I'm home.
Proper,
yeah. So then I knew this is where I want to be. But it weren't easy because you're at Arsenal and it's bonkers. Yeah, the levels are different, bro. So I ended up being there, I think it was like a 6-week trial, but I ended up being there for, I think I'd done like 3 or 4 weeks, and then they ended up offering me something to stay.
Oh, sick.
It didn't register at the time.
Who was there at the time?
So in my team, I had Emmanuel Frimpong in the same squad. So I played in the same team as Emmanuel Frimpong, a lad called Connor Henderson, which ended up playing for Northern Ireland. Jack Wilshere was a good teammate of mine. Grew up with Jack throughout the whole for the whole time. Ended up being one of my good friends actually. And another boy called Sam Bowles that ended up playing for the youth team as well at Arsenal. And then there was like a couple of boys older, Sanchez Watt, J. Emmanuel Thomas, boys that have done Henry Lansbury, Mark Randall. They've gone on to play league football. Do you know what I mean?
Some that you knew, like someone like Jack Wilshere, for an example. Did you know from the jump? Yeah, you know what this guy's
gonna
was
make
he
it.
The baller he
not
turned
at
out
that
to
age.
be?
I'll be honest. For me, you know what it is at that age, I wasn't worried about what's around me. I'm trying to get in.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And I'm I wouldn't say I was so far behind them, but I wasn't clean cut as them. Them men have been there from like the age of 6, 7.
Yeah.
I'm coming in as like, 11?
Yeah.
I'm coming in as 10, 11. And I'm like, bro, we're doing like, you know, the ladder. I've never seen ladders in my life. So, bro, and we had, the ladders,
The footwork.
Yeah, bro, the footwork stuff.
Yeah,
So
the
bro,
footwork,
we're on
bro.
the 4G now. We're training on 4G as well. And I remember like one of the sessions, bro. They had like a warm up coach that does your like athletic stuff. So all the running first like 20, 30 minutes, we used to do like running, change of direction stuff, quick feet. No footballs involved at the start. Just change the mechanic work, how you run, all that kind of stuff. But I remember just coming out to the first. And I'm in the middle, bro. I've clapped the whole thing's gone stuck on my foot. Nah, bro.
So you bust up the ladder?
Yeah, the ladder's gone, bro. So I'm like there, and man are waiting behind me. The next man's already waiting. The guy's looking at me like, and like the running coach is looking at me, and he's like quite tall guy, and I'm like, bro, this is mad. So I'm like fixing, you know what I mean? This, bro. The next one I'm going slow, but these men are,
but they're used to it now.
And then when they're coming out, they're changing direction, coming back.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done, this youth's already lapping me. Like they're waiting behind me. So I'm thinking, nah, this is mad. This is after, to be fair, this is after I'd signed that we are getting to these problems. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now obviously they're pulling me aside and they're saying, listen, you've got to work on this.
Oh, okay.
Got to work on that. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now I'm after training, everyone's gone. You know what I'm doing? I've got my own ladders. I'm working on them. I'm at school. I'm working on this stuff because I want to secure. I want to be.
Absolutely.
I don't want
You
to be.
actually wanted to be.
Yeah, I don't want to be the odd one, especially now that they said I'm signed to Arsenal Football Club. It was a big thing. So for me, it was like, okay, all my weaknesses, they've accepted it, but they're willing to help me with it. Do you know what I mean? They could have easily declined and said,
they'd be like, see, like,
but
and they do that a lot.
No, they do that a lot because now it's different, though, isn't it? Back then, I think they gave you an opportunity because they realized there's like, if you was like 11 now and you couldn't do ladders, bro, you're a myth.
Yeah.
You're seen as you got no. This kid's got no chance. This kid's got no chance. So back then it was okay.
Crazy to think that. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was okay back then not to be able to do them kind of things. So
Your family ain't that excited for you when you like, or whether it's like, I don't know, because like, I feel like different generations is different. I feel like when we were much younger, again, like our parents have so heavily focused on education, whereas they didn't really care for like football or entertainment. That whole
Anything
inside of
else,
things where that could potentially change that everyone's like household income and whatnot. Were they like happy and supportive for it, or were they just like Arsenal? I don't care about Arsenal. Like
exactly that, bro.
Okay.
It wasn't a thing. It was like, I'm playing for Arsenal. Yeah, okay. You know, Mumsy's still cooking. Yeah. No, Mum, I've signed for Arsenal. Okay. You know them ones. You know, you coming from training. Mum's in the kitchen. She's cooking, and you're like, "Mum's, I've signed for Arsenal." Yeah, okay. You'll be ready in an hour.
It's a normal day.
No, congratulations, no.
You know, like, but if you can't raise your voice, because at that age, you turn around, clap,
Clap one time.
So I'm thinking,
mad,
all right, cool, no problem. But even for me, it was like I felt like I've achieved something because obviously
You
I
knew
had
what
to.
it was.
Yeah, no, it's not. I didn't know what it was. It was like the achievement was I was on a trial, and you know what it's like any male anyway. When someone's like putting you to the test and you pass the test, you feel
Yeah, of course.
So that's how it felt for me from that age. They put me to the test, and because I wanted to be there, I passed the test. That's all it was. It wasn't like I'm gonna go on to be some footballer. That weren't even in my head. It was never in my head. Like I just because
you get satisfaction from passing an exam.
yeah, that's all it was. So the satisfaction was
that
that I got offered and I've signed. And then obviously my brother, obviously Izzy, you know my brother, he's a big Arsenal fan as well. So when I've told him, he's like, okay, cool, yeah, like whatever. Then the next week I turn up. I wasn't aware of this. When I've signed, the following week I turn up, and they give me a mad box.
Okay.
Track suits, like the training kit, track suits, 2 pair of boots, 2 pair of trainers, 2 of everything, the big jacket, everything.
Yeah.
So so obviously I've got the box now. I'm going home.
You're going home
I
now.
slap it on the stairs. Bro, I'm going in the bathroom. I come out. My man's trying to squeeze into man. Bearing in mind, there's a 5-year gap between me and my brother. It is.
I know what he's on.
You know what
I know what he's on. Yeah.
It's a 5-year gap.
Yeah.
I'm like 10,
Man
11.
squeezing.
You're 15, 16.
Thinking, yeah, this is me.
He's looking at it like, bro, I've come out and he's like, bro.
Is that when it hit him?
And he's saying to me, where you
That's
getting this
probably
stuff
when
from?
it hit him.
Yeah.
innit?
Is that when it hit him?
That's when it hit.
Yeah, I
He's
can
like-
imagine. 'Cause now he's thinking,
He's like, where you getting this stuff from? Did you steal it? I was like, no, bro. This is from the
told
club.
you, I
It's got my
signed
name.
it. Yeah, I signed
And he's
it.
like, oh shit. So you actually have signed for the
You
kids.
weren't joking, yeah.
Yeah. So now he's like,
He's more invested now in.
I wouldn't say more invested, but he was looking out. He was like, all right, cool. My brother's trying to do something, no problem. Bearing in mind at that time he was playing football for no one really, just local team, but he was good.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
Even
striker,
at that age, I
solid.
always say it till now, even at 16, 17, 18, he was better than what I was.
Yeah.
But he just never...
But different players as well.
Different players, but he just never had the opportunity because he didn't know about it.
100%.
So you got to remember, I'm like 10, 11.
He's
I
a
still
finisher.
don't know about it.
He's a finisher.
Yeah. So I still didn't know about it. So like everything's going all right, and I'm getting better, but I'm investing a lot of time. Like at school, even now, I would like to think my school teachers, my PE teachers, they remember.
What's the mood like at school? Are people hearing, this guy, because you know how it was in our school.
100%.
I remember because I'm from West, so people that signed or played for QPR. He's a QPR boy, and they'll come in with the jacket. It's game over. He's the best guy in the school. He's the man. Is that how you
at the start?
Experience you had?
At the start, it wasn't because I didn't tell anyone.
Okay.
So no one. The only person that knew
was that a conscious decision. Like you knew not to tell.
No, because you got to remember, I never knew it was a big thing. So
Really?
for me, it's like
Arsenal's known, bro.
Bro, back then when I was, you got to remember, it's your
mindset
it's your
is
household
different.
that you've
Mindset was
been brought up.
different,
So where I've been brought up, my home, it wasn't, it was nothing.
Yeah.
So it was like I'm turning up to school. And I'm not telling no one. I'm turning up, blazer, tie, shirt, everything normal, like nothing. School trials, I had to do school trials like normal, but I didn't say nothing in it.
Yeah.
Until I was playing for my school trials, and they're like,
wow,
rah.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
He
can do the ladders.
Yeah. He knows how to do the ladders. I'm going sideways now. I'm going backwards.
Change the direction.
I'm doing madness. And then there was like, he's really good, but I still never told no one. And then I think there was a boy that played in my same team, in the school team in the same year, that played for Tottenham.
Okay.
And I remember seeing the same kid at Tottenham training, and he didn't make me feel welcome. So imagine that. So I remember things, innit? So I remember going to school and I locked eyes with this boy at training and I thought, might lift this guy up, Yeah. Because this guy did not say hello or nothing to man. Yeah. And my thing is, if you come into my environment, I'll make you feel welcome. Absolutely, regardless, whatever it is, innit? I'll make you feel welcome.
There's no hidden agenda.
Bro, we're 10 years old. You're making man feel like awkward, walking past man, not saying your name. I was like, so I remembered, I kept a note of that in my head. Yeah. And he mentioned that, he plays for Arsenal.
So
because he said, I play for Tottenham, whatever. And then he was like, he plays for Arsenal. And then it came out.
There it came out.
Yeah, teachers are asking me, you play for Arsenal? I was like, but I never bragged about it, I never spoke about it, nothing. It wasn't, I never we had the jackets to cop, never wore nothing to school ever. Okay. It wasn't like that for me. So, it was, my school journey was all right, man. I can't lie. It was fine. I had no problems. I wasn't really a bad kid. Always had my blazer, shirt, tie. I'd done all my work. I was all right. And the football never
interfered with.
Yeah, it never got in the way of my education. I never thought I'm gonna be something. Do you know what I mean?
How long was you there then, Arsenal?
I spent 5 years there. So I spent from like 10 under 10s, under 11s, all the way to 16. So I played out all the way throughout school. I was there, and when I got to like year 10, year 11, things started to get a bit real.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because when you're I don't know
make
if
or break though, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's make or break.
Real as in your football life, or as an outside of your...
No, in football, I've started to realise now something could happen here. I could do something or make something of myself that I never thought of before. And I don't know if you know how the academy system works. So when you play, the ages are like under 12s, 13s, 14s, 15s, but 15s and 16s play together. Mm-hmm. So when I'm like getting to year 10, I'm playing with the older boys now because we're now part of the same gap. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So now I'm like, but the next step from that is the youth team. So I'm seeing the boys a little bit above me playing in the youth team. And I'm like, okay, so maybe next year I could push on. So when I was in year 10, I was like, right, so if these year 11s are playing with the youth team, next year I could be the kid that's playing with the youth team. And obviously the youth team are the full-time footballers, isn't it? So now you're thinking, wait, I could be a year ahead of my time.
And you're not far behind, like that's only one step ahead.
Exactly. So year 10, it become like, all right, I need to do more than what I'm doing. But I was dedicated, bro. Like I was stay behind after school in the sports hall. I'm in there for an hour, bouncing the ball off the wall, working on things. Like I was always on that. And even till now, like I still speak to some of my PE teachers and they remember, I still speak to them till now. And they're like, they're always like, sometimes I go and do talks for the other kids and say, this is how dedicated he was. How dedicated are you? Because there's boys that still play now at secondary school and doing no extras, bro. They're comfortable. You know what I mean? So I've done,
mentality is different.
Extra dedication.
Exactly. And I've done all that on the back of my own. Do you know what I mean? Man. Then I got to year 11 and the first 6 months, are so important because in the January window, they tell you if they're going to offer you for next year or not. Okay. So in that summer, your head is like...
Is this when they say you're going to get a scholar? Or
you're going to get a scholar, pro, or full-time contract. So your head is like in a different space, bro.
That's what you're thinking about at the time.
Bro,
it's bigger than GCSE, isn't it?
Yeah.
Way bigger than GCSE,
school,
isn't it?
Forget about it. Myth. School's a myth.
And
by then as well, they were taking me out a day out. It's like a day release. So I was coming out of school for a day to go training full time with the youth team. Oh. So at that age,
you must have been a man when you're leaving school, boy.
Yeah, no, you wasn't even going. Sorry, you wasn't even going into school.
Oh, okay.
That was your day off.
Yeah, but still, you're the man when you come in the next day.
Have you seen that meme when they say, like when you got a school football game, but you have to leave that lesson early. You're walking out like you're the man.
Yeah, trust me, that's you.
Yeah. So I had Thursdays off. I didn't go to school on Thursdays. I went training full day. Training. Do whatever we had to do, and then when you're in the first team environment now. So when you're an academy from the age of like 10 to 16, you're at Hayland. It's all the young boys. But when you train with a youth team, you go to the first team training ground.
That's when you're seeing
That's what in Watford.
Yeah, in Watford. Yeah, London Colney. So when you're going there, bro, it's different, bro.
Equipment.
The first day, it's like air hits you, and you're like, it's like different over there. Yeah. As a kid, it's not different, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
You walk through, and you're like, bro, you're seeing
everything.
You're seeing, but you're seeing Henri, you're seeing
Dennis
Henri
Bergkamp.
Yeah, bro, they're training over there. You're here training.
Okay.
You understand? Like, you're seeing Bergkamp, Henri, like Perez, Vieira. You're seeing all these men.
Lumberg and them.
And you're
what
like,
year was this? Remember? Not the Invincible year, is it?
Yeah, it was around that time. I'm sure it was around that time. Yeah,
what squad as well?
Yeah, but even them that like 4 or 5 years that we was there, bro, the team was mad.
Are you able to interact with them, or is it like you don't want to be a fanboy?
No, it's not even you're not able to interact.
Did you clean them?
What do I say to them?
Yeah, no, what can you say to them?
You just gotta hope the ball comes your way, and then you just gotta ping it back.
Yeah, but so like
just run and go get it.
Because remember, I'm in school still.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm not. The youth team boys used to interact with them because they're with them.
They've been there a
every
while
day.
now.
I'm only here once a week. What do you want me to say? Yo, what you saying, Henri?
Yo,
God, you back the other day.
Man like Dennis. Man like Dennis, I see you.
Yeah, bro. You can't like. You're so starstruck. You don't know what to say, bro.
Did you have to clean like boots and that? I know like back in the day there was that.
So obviously, I didn't do the youth team. That's something you would do in the youth team.
Okay.
I was only training once a week while I was at school, but that's something that the youth team boys would have to do.
Did the youth players make you guys do anything?
No. We didn't have to do that. We would literally come in, train, and just flip it. Most of the time, get batted up because these men would be on us, bro. And you know, like
with the coaches,
not the coach, not like on us, but like. They were so desperate for us to make sure that we're ready for next year. They put pressure on us from now to let us know. Listen, when you come up here, it's real. There's no messing around.
Games,
you're not. When you're playing with the young kids, obviously sometimes
it's a bit of fun at the same time.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. And our team was sick. We were slapping bro. For about 3 or 4 years, we were slapping everyone.
I remember you was going to tournaments. I remember, obviously I know his brother, innit, which is how I got to know Abs. And I remember his brother used to come with like. I think you played at Old Trafford. You had he had a United bag, his brother.
Yeah,
and he ain't even a United fan. I said, bro, I'm taking that. I said, what you do with a United bag, bro? He goes, no, my brother played.
I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm still looking for that.
Yeah, I've got it in my yard.
That's Old Trafford bag.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so I remember he showed me a photo. He goes, hey, look at this. And then, bro, the sickest photo. You can see like the Old Trafford sign here in the background, and he's in the air, obviously in the Arsenal shirt. And the ball's coming, he's chesting it, innit? I remember that photo, he showed it to me. Oh, okay. His brother was mad proud, but that photo looks so wavy.
Yeah, that photo was mad. That was
and
like
it was like,
tournament.
from this tournament, and then he was telling me about a next tournament he went to, I think Hong Kong or something.
Yeah, we played in loads of tournaments, man.
Bro,
we
took you Hong Kong, innit?
Yeah. No, that was, to be fair, that was with West Ham.
With West Ham, yeah, sorry.
But the Arsenal used to go on tournaments from like 13, 14, 15, we went Belgium,
Sean, what was
Italy.
you doing at 14, 15?
Wallahi, bro.
I was playing patball. Patball, bro.
What's that one?
Low cuts. My low cuts were dangerous. Nutmeg Rush. My low cuts were dangerous.
Going Hong Kong and Old Trafford.
Hong Kong, Old Trafford, bro. Playing money up.
What happened? Is this like obviously because there's some younger viewers that may want to make it pro like that? Let's talk about the because you said you went to West Ham on a YTS, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that news of Arsenal breaking down to you. What happened? Like, what was it like for you? Because a lot of people don't really know. Because like,
what goes on? Yeah,
it's tough. You see, I'm coming from.
No,
for you as a 15-year-old thinking
the emotions of it.
I'm gonna make it. I've just played at Old Trafford.
Bro,
I've done this and I've done that.
Your whole.
I'm thinking,
yeah.
How is it like to then hear? Sorry.
So this is the first time, by the way, Abs has come with me into the training ground.
As in his brother. His brother's also.
So I had a problem at like year 11, year 10, year 11. My mum will stop me. It's like, nah, you need to concentrate on school.
Okay.
Football's done. So I couldn't leave the house. So obviously I went missing for a few weeks. Arsenal turned up to my house and was like, why you not been at training? So I told him the situation. But now they're sending a car to, to pick man up or whatever, sorted it out. And then that's how me and Jack got close, because his dad was like, all right, I'll bring him in, it's fine. Because I go, Jack Wilshere's dad and another boy called Sam. They were going past my house, so they'll pick me up.
Okay.
So now we become close, do you know what I mean? Because for a couple of years, we was playing together and travelling
together. Jack and his dad. Okay.
Yeah, so Jack's dad and Sam and his dad as well. So we used to travel in together. But then obviously you get to that age, like you said, at year 11, and it's make or break, man. Like that's how it's not make or break, but that's how you see it.
Fast forward to the day,
bro. I took my brother with me, and he's like, I would. I said, they just want to have a chat to let me know what's happening, but he don't understand what's going on. He ain't got a clue. I'm going. So we're sitting in there, and obviously everyone's parents are there with them. First kid goes in, comes out in tears, bruv.
That in itself,
that's hard.
Just having to whip. Well, your heart must be flying at 100 miles.
I'm done. I'm going home. We're going. Let's go. I'm done. Next one goes in. He's buzzing.
Yeah.
His next one comes in. So I go in the room now, and we're with Liam Brady. Like he's a legend. I don't know if you know. He's an big Arsenal legend. Yeah. He's talking. He's like, you've done really well. You're one of the players that's coming a little bit late to the environment. Blah, blah, blah. Congratulations. He's given me the envelope. He's offered me a 2-year scholarship.
Oh, sick.
So I was like, like you feel
relieved. Yeah,
bro.
I ain't gonna cry now.
Sitting up right now.
Bro, thinking, what's going on here? So I was like, thanks very much. My brother don't know what that means. He in his head, you're gonna be at Arsenal for the next 2 years. Yeah. So I go home and you look at it, the scholarship money. I don't know if you know. So back then, I think it was £100 a week.
Okay.
Roughly 105 or 95 pounds, something like that. So 105. The next year goes up to 120 a week.
Was that considered good back then?
No, that's scholarship money. That's
regardless for anyone. Okay.
Anyone at any academy that done a scholarship, that's how much you get paid.
Okay, cool.
But the problem with that is, I want a pro contract. In my head, I was like, well, if you're offering me a scholarship,
so you was actually upset that you got that.
Not upset, but I knew no one else was getting a pro. The only one that got offered a pro was Jack Wilshere.
Oh,
yeah. Bearing in mind, 3 other boys that were in our team played for England, and also one played for Northern Ireland. They got scholarship. So in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm not an international, so I'm doing okay.
Yeah. So you can be on that level, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm doing something right here. So I thought about it. Obviously, I went home. My brother, obviously, he's an Arsenal fan. He's like, let's sign it now. Give it back to them. Bro, we're in the car. He's like, sign it. Just give it back to them. Because they're saying
we don't even need time.
Bias.
They'll sign it on the spot.
They're saying you got like I think it was like a month or 6 weeks. There's a date on there that you got to reply, sign it, bring it back to us.
I'll give it back to you today.
He's like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, just sign it in the car. We'll take it back and just give it to them. Yeah. No. I said, don't worry about it. We're just gonna go. I need to think about it. Whatever. He don't know how it works.
Yeah.
So do you know the F2? Have you heard of the F2?
The freestylers.
Freestylers.
So you know Billy Wingrove, the white one.
Yeah.
So he used to live.
Yeah, that helps when you said that. I know FT, but
Jeremy's the other guy.
Jeremy's the mixed race one. Billy's the white guy. So Billy was like, I met him in the park or whatever, and I told him the situation, and he's like, what? He's like, well, what do you want to do? And he was like, let me speak to a few people. So I had a few offers from different clubs, and before you know it, people have found out I don't want to be at Arsenal no more. So the words got out. He don't want to be at Arsenal. So now Portsmouth, Norwich. Tottenham have come back in, Fulham, Crystal Palace, all the phone's going off, bro.
What, are they offering you scholarships as well?
No, they're saying come in, let's have a chat, let's see what's going on. So I'm going in and they're going, we'll give you 2-year scholar, 2-year pro. So now I'm getting my scholar, but then I'm getting a pro. But then like I've gone to other places where they've gone, okay, we give you a scholar as soon as you turn 17, because you can't sign a pro until you're 17.
Yeah.
So they was like, okay, until you're 17, scholar, and then we give you 2-year pro or 3-year pro. So now
that world's different, isn't it?
So now in my head, I'm like, I'm in year 11, bro, about to do my GCSEs, and I've got to weigh up these options. So I'm traveling as well. So now I've gone to Norwich. I've gone up to Norwich. They've sent a car to my house to stay up there for a week. I've gone to Norwich. I'm training Norwich. I met Glenn Roeder, which was the first team manager. He's telling me like, this is what we're going to do.
He's ex-West Ham manager.
Yeah. So he's like put a deal on the table. Then I go, I'll think about it, whatever. Then I've gone to Fulham. I've gone to Portsmouth.
How do you feel? What's going through your head? Like,
at the moment, I'm just like, I need to think of the best environment, but also the money has to make sense, because the numbers that I'm seeing, my family ain't seen.
The money for, in terms of the pro contract?
Yeah, of what I'm going to get paid. Because when you sign a pro contract, they can offer you whatever they want.
Yeah.
Scholarship money, there's no negotiation. Yeah. So you might go to somewhere where they offer you a pro contract, $250 a week. You might go somewhere else, they're saying $2,500 a week.
Yeah.
So the money could be whatever it can.
But it's what you're able to negotiate.
Yeah, but the proposals are different,
you're
bro.
thinking quite level-headed for someone at that age going through all those.
What's your family saying that you're constantly going Norwich?
No, they just think I'm going football.
Oh, okay.
Mum, I'm going football for 5 days. Because remember, I was touring as well.
So she's just automatically.
She just thinks, he's going football tournament or whatever. She'll say he's in a tournament in Norwich. My mum ain't got a clue, bro. She's just like, as long as you're healthy or whatever, I was like,
safe.
Yeah, so I'm going to these different places. And then it come out from West Ham and Fulham. That was like the move for me.
Options, yeah.
Because
what did they offer you?
They both offered me the same deal. It was a scholar until I was 17. And bearing in mind, my birthday's in November. So I would have turned... And
so
you got football season starts in August. So you got to remember, I only got to do a few months and then I'll turn pro.
For you,
so for me, it was like, cool. So it's between them two that offered me the best deal. It was like a 1 year and a 2 years.
Norwich and...
Fulham.
Fulham and
yeah, they're the two that I decided to narrow it down to and go, right, this is where I'm going to try and do everything. So I remember going to West Ham and training with them, and I said, let me train here for a couple of weeks, see how I feel, and now I know what the offer is, blah, blah, blah. And then Fulham found out that I was there for 2 weeks, and then they come back with an offer, and Billy was helping me with these things. Because he's like, look, they've offered this, and I'm looking at it, and the numbers are mad, because I'm looking at numbers and I'm going, bro, I think my brother at the time was working like in Burger King. So whatever he was clearing a month, I was getting like 3 times that do you know what I mean? I was getting 3 times I was getting in a week. Like, do you know what I mean? It was great. Yeah,
football can change.
So I'm seeing numbers, and then the first thing you do is you convert the numbers to reals.
Saudi reals.
That's what you do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to see how much you're getting.
Yeah, you want to see, because that's how you understood. You know what I mean? That's where your family's from, and you want to see. Okay, does this make sense? This is mad. Do you know what I mean?
Mad,
So I ended up going for West Ham because it was the best offer in terms of the money, but also the background they had at the time. You know, they had like a good upbringing of young boys coming through. Fulham didn't have no one coming through for the last 5-6
West Ham
years.
Unknown, like you said, West Ham Unknown, like Joe Cole, Mike
exactly.
And even just distance.
John Terry, like
and distance wise,
Huh?
Carrick as well, isn't it?
Mike Carrick.
Michael Carrick. Yeah, there was loads of them, bro. There was loads of them, yeah. So I ended up going with West Ham just because it was the best offer and it was a little bit closer to home, and they'd offered for me to stay in the digs over there, where you're in a house, in a massive house. There's 7 of us living there.
Okay.
In the house, everything's done. Breakfast done for you, lunch done for you, your washing gets done. All you gotta do is go training, come home. You get a lift to training as well. So everything was done for you.
Focus on your football.
Just focus, but it was that was mainly for the foreign boys. That wasn't, if you're a local boy, you couldn't live there. You had to travel in.
Okay.
But Billy helped me with that and said, listen, let's put that in the contract. So then you ain't got to move closer to the training ground. Even though it's like 45 minutes or whatever, he was like, listen, put it in your contract and you're sorted for 3 years. You ain't got to pay rent, you ain't got to pay nothing. You know what I mean? Everything's done for you, whatever.
Yeah. And even just diet and like you said, like all
and
that
whenever
stuff.
you want to move out, you can just go rather than the other way around. Do you know what I mean? So I decided, you know what? No harm, bro. So I done it. And bro, my first year, bro, it was terrible. I was crap.
Oh, really? Fair.
Yeah, bro. It was like I was ready to stop. Done. I think they were ready to rip my contract up as well. At the same, like pay me out.
They're thinking, who's this?
They're thinking, what? Yeah.
But to them, they're thinking, he might be one of those guys that was good when he was a youth. You know, there's some players
and
that
then
are just kids, and then they just can't keep up. Like,
bro,
they don't develop anymore.
The first 6 months, the whole season, bro, I was rubbish. So in my first year,
what would you say it was down to?
It was a culture shock, bro. The training ground, rubbish. We was training, bro. We had to wear studs. You know what studs are?
Yeah.
You think I knew what studs was?
Yeah, he had sandals, remember?
With socks.
Came a long way.
Yeah, he came a long way,
Studs,
bro.
obviously, when the pitch is wobbly and it's muddy or whatever.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Bro, you see at London Colney where we trained at Arsenal, it was grass pitches. You wear mold. It could rain for 7 days straight. You could wear molds. The pitches are the best. Smooth.
Well looked after.
Yeah, now I'm going to this place and it's like, bro, what is this? The ball's wobbling 50 times before he gets to me. I got to control it. I got to do this. And I remember our first game, we played Aston Villa and we got slapped 3-0. Bro, I've never lost 3-0 in my, the whole time I've been at Arsenal, I've never lost 3-0. Ever.
Okay, so it's a culture.
So now, in my first game, we're playing Aston Villa, which last season, when I was at Arsenal, we slapped like 6-1, 7-1.
Slapping you 3-0.
I'm losing 3-0 at our ground as well. Bro, my head's gone now. So I'm in a different space now. My head's not right. I'm thinking, have I done the right thing? Am I rubbish? Are they rubbish? What's going on? Is it me? Is it them? You don't know what's going on. And bro, the whole season, it continued like that. I was rubbish. I don't think it took time for me to take it all in. I didn't know what was going on. Our training, what we had at Arsenal compared to what was different levels, bro.
Yeah.
Different.
Imagine. But also it's the stature of the club as well. Like Arsenal's like an elite.
Bro, it was different level.
No offense, to like West Ham.
It was a different level of training, you know. Like, not that it was bad, but I'm comparing it to Arsenal. It's not what I was used to.
Yeah, and also it's two different styles of football. Like Arsenal's very heavy on like possession and knocking.
Technical, we dominate.
And then
West Ham's more fluid, more robust, more counter-attacking. It was different. And I remember in the summer, like I got a phone call saying like, you know, like we got to come in and have a chat or whatever, blah blah blah, and all of that. And I just thought, flipping hell, bro, this is my dream's about to end.
Yeah.
Dreams about to end. That's the reality.
And you've got nothing to fall back on because you
fall back on what, bro?
What you wasn't working. You wasn't
your whole life for that moment.
And now I've basically thrown it away. That's how I saw it. I
didn't go to college, obviously.
No,
so
nothing. So like in my head it was like, bro. So then obviously I had that phone call, and I think that's when it clicked. I was like, nah, this is bonkers. I've got 2 years left here. I need to fix up. But it wasn't. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't like going out and
doing you need to get over that mental hurdle.
Yeah, something was there that I couldn't get over. Yeah, but I think now it's like, bro, you better wake up. So it's something clicked in the summer, and I went hard. And I come back pre-season, I was like on top of it, super fit. I was my mindset changed completely. I was done, and I think it was within the first 3-4 months as a second year. I moved on to the reserves. I was gone. That's it. I never played youth team. I went straight to the reserves after that.
Who was you with at that time?
Well, at West Ham.
Yeah, any players?
So in the reserves, Junior Stanislas.
Yeah.
Played for Bournemouth. Played for a few clubs. Zavon Hines had to retire a little bit early. He played in the first team. He made it through to the first team. Jack Collison obviously had to retire through injury as well. He's managed. Centre midfielder, the one you're thinking is Tompkins, plays for Palace now. Yeah, so James Tompkins was in there as well. There was a few boys in there in that team, in that reserve side. So by then I was training with the, do you know what I mean, with the reserve. So I put my head down, narrowed it down, and I was thriving. You know, I was doing what I needed to do.
But the fact that you're in the reserves, you can see the next step
is
the first team, bro. So now it's like, if that's not motivation,
exactly. So now my head's screwed on, bro. I was on it anyway, but just something blocked me, bro. And then just got my head down, man. And luckily there was like 3 or 4 of us that got moved from the youth team to train regular with the reserves. So it was good for us. It wasn't just me by myself. It was 3 or 4 of us together. So whenever the reserves, we go together. Yeah. So it was good, man. So finished that year strong. Then the following year we come into play. It was in my last year, and that's when I went out on loan. And it was like a deadline move as well. So, you know, I got a phone call. I remember it wasn't even, I wouldn't say it was my agent. It was someone that I was in contact with and said to me.
Sorry to cut you off. Did you have an agent at that age?
No, I never had an agent. I never had an agent. I refused to have an agent just simply because what are you doing for me? I'm already at the club. Okay. So what are you bringing to me? You didn't get me the contract. So I'm going to sign and then I'm going to pay you.
But were you not worried that they wouldn't be able to, like, agents obviously are known for getting you the best deals out there. So were you not worried that you possibly might not make the right decision?
Nah, I wasn't. I was never like, I never thought negative. I was always, what?
Like, as in, did anyone advise you to say, we think you should get an agent?
I was approached all the time, bro. You always get approached when you're young, bro. You finish games, bro,
they
and
don't play about.
They're waiting around. Hello, mate, you're all right. Here's the card. Like, there's bare people that approach you, or like.
No, but I mean, like, even them, like from senior players that actually, you know, have done it. Have anyone put their arm around you and say,
no, not really senior players.
You should, or like,
no, not so much senior players, but like, let's say me and you are on the same team. Yeah. Your agent will say to you, "I listen, tell Abs, we want to look after him, want to get him." Do you know what I mean? But I was always like, I don't need it, bro. I was a positive thinker that if you're good enough, someone will find you or do whatever. Yeah. And then I come into my last year of the contract, and I went out on loan. And I went out to Swindon under the Canyo, which was a massive. I've never played men's football, obviously, at the time. So for me, it was like I'm in the last year of my contract.
And now you're on loan to a men's team.
Now I've got to go on loan to League 2.
What year was this? I think I remember this.
2011, 2012.
I think it was around.
He was in the FIFA, innit? The game.
Yeah.
I remember this, bro. I remember there was one day, I swear to you.
FIFA, yeah?
Bro, that's how I remember it, yeah?
Look how he remembers,
bro. I'm mad. I remember one day I'm chilling, yeah? And I'm banging at FIFA. I'm on my ones, innit, as well. Just like, yard, I'm banging FIFA. And I think, let me just go see the teams, innit? So I remembered where he's playing.
Yeah.
So I've gone to that team now. I've selected it. And I'm going down. And you know when you scroll all the way down, because obviously he's in the, you know when they put you in the subs, like in the reserves.
Yeah.
I've gone all the way down and I see his name like that, bro.
That's sick.
I felt proud. I felt proud, bro.
Yeah,
man put him up front. I put him up front. And you know what I'm playing?
Off the striker,
bro, you know when you can score a goal, but I want him to score. I'm trying to pass it to him. I'm doing the most, bro.
100.
I lost the game anyway, but
basically say you're dead.
he was sitting for man, bro. No, but bro, jokes aside, I was so proud of him, bro. Because and these times, I wasn't even as close with him as I was.
I knew
them
of
times.
his brother,
But I'm his brother is my boy.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at him like, that's my younger brother as well. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So man was I was filled with joy
and
I was proud, bro. I was proud. FIFA, you know, we grew up on that game, bro. We grew up on that. Like, if it wasn't
So
pro,
was
it was FIFA.
FIFA 12.
I think it was, FIFA 11 or 12.
I can't remember. I think I still got it, you know. I swear I kept the game as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, since I moved and all that, I don't know where it is, but I definitely kept it. That was one game I was never going to, like, for that reason.
No, of course.
Yeah, man.
So, like, as a youth team now playing amongst men, it's like, even for myself now, like the club that I'm at Hilltop now, because we've got under 16 teams and like a proper youth team. I tell a lot of the under 16s, come and train with the first team or come and train with the men, so that it gets you a little bit. You're ready, because when you go back to your age group, it's a walk in the park.
You dominate 100%.
Exactly. Rather than playing, once you play amongst your age group the whole time, you're just going to be stagnant. You're just going to be on that level. When you go up a couple of years and you're playing with men, you're coming back to your age group and you're flying. It's just a walk in the park for you. So coming from
confidence as well.
Confidence going to be flying. Because if you're thinking, you know what, I can mix up with the big boys.
These lot are easy.
When I'm playing with my age group, I'm just going to be walking past them. So for you now, coming from like a Premier League club, West Ham, to now going to League 2 team Swindon, you're just around bare man.
Pure man.
But it's a different football.
And also, like, a lot of people don't understand. But not only that, football culture is weird, bro. Like, it's not. And I know exactly what me and you. I know where you're coming from. It's so weird. They do a lot of madness happens. So for you as a 16-year-old coming into that, you must be looking around thinking, what the hell have I just walked into? Because it's not the same when you're doing it amongst your age group. And your
age group is a little bit different, is it? But when you're now with men, it's real. There's no filters. There's no filters. So obviously, at the time, I was 18, 19 at the time that I went there. And you know what I was more scared of than anything? That the manager that's taking me is a legend, is a footballing legend.
That in itself.
Not just like, obviously, he was a West Ham legend.
Cameo, innit?
Yeah.
But bro, the whole story thing about it, when I went there, the pressure was, I've never felt pressure like that in my life.
It was on Sky Sports News.
Bro, it was deadline day move.
Oh,
it was a deadline day,
it was on
like,
Sky
you know the
Sports
yellow
News,
thing.
bro.
The yellow thing.
Yeah, bro, it was on the yellow thing, bro. On the yellow thing,
It was madness, bro, because I trained with West Ham at the day. I was training, it was a summer one though. So I was training with like West Ham, whatever, and then like phone call, like I got, you might go to Swindon tomorrow, whatever. I was like, like whatever, I'll go in it. Like I'm ready, I want to go. And then bro, it just come up, boom, and I was gone. I had to go drive up there, get my stuff, drive up there, whatever. But the scariest bit about it is I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. Okay. Obviously, I thought I'm going to League 2 Swindon, so now I'm googling Swindon. I'm trying to find that because, bro, it's crazy.
Do a bit of research,
I'm telling you now. Maybe now they're more aware of it. Back then, I didn't know who Swindon was. No disrespect. I didn't know League 1 and League 2 teams. All I know was the Premier League teams and the Champ teams. That's who you looked out for. You never knew about Port Vale.
As a youth, you're not really looking at them teams.
No, because you're always looking up, which I guess is a good and bad, but you know,
I think they're getting better at that now.
Yeah, now they're more open to it, because of the coverage and stuff like that. Back then, bro, you're always looking up. So I was like, Swindon, but I didn't care anyway, bro. I just wanted to play men's football. I was done with the reserve football. I was like, I can't just keep playing reserves, bro, until when? So I wanted to make because when you make your league debut, that's a status in itself. It's like you've become a professional footballer. People sign professional contracts and don't play league football. You're not professional. To me, you're not a professional footballer. Because you can sign a contract, play for the 23s at Chelsea all your life. You're not a professional footballer because you haven't played league football.
And also your football CV looks good.
It's crazy now.
You'll get now. If it doesn't go well at Swindon, another team's going to take.
Because you've got experience at 18, 19. You've played experience.
West Ham, Arsenal Youth Academy, Swindon first team.
Exactly.
People are thinking.
Fast forward though. Sorry to cut you. Fast forward back to West Ham. So you finished your loan spell. You've gone back to West Ham.
So I got injured. They cut it short. So I come back in. I think I come back in like, I don't know, January, just before January. I got injured. I ripped my quad. Me and the goalkeeper clashed. Me and the goalkeeper clashed in training. It was a training ground clash, and we was on fire. We was flying that season. That's the season they got promoted.
Swindon.
Yeah, they got promoted that season, but I came back early because I ripped my quad, and there was something between the physios or whatever. The West Ham said, like, they didn't look after you, we're not sending you back. But back then I didn't know. I was like, whatever, man. Like, I'll find another loan move, innit? Come back, got fit, then got told by West Ham. That's when Sam Allardyce came in. When he walked through the door,
It was a relegation battle for them, innit?
we weren't in a great place.
Yeah.
We weren't in.
That's the only time he's.
That's the only time he gets hired, bro.
If you get Big Sam, you know you're fighting a relegation battle.
So Big Sam came in and he said,
No, when he walked through the door, khalas, it's finished. We all know. Everyone knows. Everyone.
We're not
Bro,
playing.
he let me go. He let Junior Stanislas go. He let a boy called Jordan Spence go. There was loads of players.
Was Carlton Cole them times?
Yeah, he was there.
But he stayed.
No, he stayed. He was one of the big hitters, innit? Yeah. But there was a few boys that he let go, bro. Like that, there was like 8 of us that he just walked in and said, listen, like we spoke 1-on-1. So I went in and spoke to him. He's like, listen, like obviously it's nothing to do about your injury, you coming back or whatever. Personal. You're not my type of player. I'm looking for 6'3" midfielders, 6'2" midfielders that are gonna run hard and tackle hard. That's just the kind of manager I am.
The pretty stuff.
Yeah, like but you know what I loved about that? He told me straight up, bro.
Yeah, straight honestly.
That's one thing. When I walked out that room, I said, you know what? I rate this guy. Because he's told me...
He didn't bullshit you.
Yeah, he didn't bullshit me, tell me, oh, you could have done this, you could have done more. Because I couldn't have done any more. I went out on loan, and most people fail when they got on loan. But I went there and I played. Do you know what I mean? And I done what I had to do. So I was doing whatever I needed to do. But then obviously the injury, whatever, things happened. And then got told, we're not going to offer you, you've got 6 months left. I'll speak to the people above you can get paid out early if you want and find your own club for the rest of the season, or you can train with the reserves for the rest of the season and you get your money, however you want to do it. And then luckily the reserve team manager said to me, listen, we're sending out a boy to Dagenham and Redbridge, and this is how crazy football works, bro. He said, we're sending a boy to Dagenham and Redbridge in League 2, but they were like mid-table near the bottom. Bearing in mind, I've just played in the top half of League 2. He said, we're sending a boy there, a year younger than me, from West Ham. I'll speak to the manager to take you there as well. You can go on loan. Go training, like just train with them. You're not going to be involved in match day and stuff like that. But if you're selected, obviously, good luck. But this is your opportunity to earn a contract for next season.
He's thinking about.
So he's thinking. So basically, in my eyes, it's like I'm basically going on trial for 6 months.
Basically, in a nutshell,
Where he's told me the other boy, he's going there to play. In his deal, in his loan deal, that he has to play. Like they have a gentleman's agreement that he has got to play. So in my head, I'm like, bro, this is crazy, bro. So I imagine I've gone there. We've gone there. Me and him have gone there. We trained on a Thursday. I remember this is Tuesday, Wednesday. We trained on a Thursday. On Saturday, they're playing Millwall in the FA Cup. So it's a champ team against League 2 team. FA Cup at Dagenham. So train on Thursday. Ripped training, bruv. But I'm on the other side.
Oh, so they're not.
Yeah, because he's getting ready for Saturday, innit? So the strongest team against the other boys or whatever. I'm not stupid. I can read into who's who, whatever. But I ripped training. I was so sick in training. I ripped it. But I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, I'm just enjoying my football.
There's no pressure on you at the moment.
And you're fully fit again. Like
I'm back. I'm fine now. Friday training, same thing again. I ripped training, bro. I'm ruining training because the manager's what he's trying to do. He's trying to set up his team. So we was basically
dominate you lot.
Yeah, to dominate us lot because we're like, milk, bro. I'm killing training. He's like, okay, this is what they do. I'm doing other stuff. I'm hitting diags. I'm doing mad. I'm ruining training for him, but it's a good thing because I'm doing what I'm required to do.
Well,
So I was like, whatever. Then the next day he puts the squad out for the team, but the squad is like 20 man, but only obviously 16 are selected. So I'm in the squad, which I knew. That means I got to come watch the game, innit? So I've turned up. You have to bring your stuff in it because you might do some running or some bullshit or whatever. Turn up, bro, and then manager pulls me. And he's like, you alright, Abs? Yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm good, man. Like, how are you here? I'm just normal, innit? He's like, yeah. He's like, you're starting today, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Wow, just like that.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So would you? Yeah. He's like, yeah, you're starting today. I thought you done well last couple of sessions. You're in. Sweet, bruv. Turn up, walk in the change room. My shirt's like, got my name on it, normal stuff, you know. So I was like, let's go, man. So it's me and the other boy that are playing together, which I speak to now, to be fair. He's a year younger than me. We played, and unfortunately, he gets dragged after like 60 minutes in the game.
Oh,
bearing in mind what I know, he had to come off.
Okay.
No, I don't know what the reason was. Whatever, but I stayed on. I played 90 minutes. Then the following game,
what was the score?
We drew 0-0. So we went replay back to them. Let's not talk about the score over there.
but
we got smoked 5-0.
It's a different
5-0 first half.
Levels, bro.
It was different.
But it's football, innit? Football happens, man.
We went there, everything was different. The fans were on our back.
You played in both games?
I played in both games. And from then, bro, I didn't come out the team rest of the season. I played every single game. Yeah. The other boy went back. They cut his loan short.
Going back to when you was being sent there, they said, you probably won't play, but just go there and train. Okay, and now you're playing every game.
But listen to this one. His loan move was decided on how he plays if he's going to get another contract for next year. Bearing in mind, he's a year younger than me. Cool. Bro, they cut his loan move short because he wasn't playing. So the Dagenham manager was like, well, he's not going to play, and his attitude, blah, whatever it was, sent him back. Bro, they still offered him another year. I played there the whole season. The rest of the season, I played every single minute of every game. I didn't come out of the team once.
What do you reckon that's to do with then? Politics,
I don't know.
obviously.
I think it's politics.
But what would you...
Because I remember ringing the reserve team manager and saying...
That leads me on to my next question, I was going to say,
obviously
being in a professional game, what would you say is the worst part of the professional game?
Yeah.
It's politics.
Politics.
Bro, there's so many opinions and power. It's like, it's who you know. So you're not going back to that talking about an agent.
Race is a part of it as well?
I don't know if race is anything to do with it. I never experienced anything like that. It might do, it might not. Yeah. I don't know, innit? Maybe people do things that I don't know about. But I would definitely say it's who you know in football. Yeah. 100%. And going back to that agent thing, if I had a strong, powerful agent, 1,000,000% I would have got another contract there.
100%.
Yeah, 1,000,000% I would have got. Because he would have gone back, blasted the door open and said, listen, the boy's playing every single minute. What are you doing? Yeah. And if he's a name, he can cause problems. He can cause problems for them anyway. Say they don't treat players right, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. Whereas I'm ringing the reserve team manager and saying, I've just found out my man got a contract, and I'm here playing every minute, Saturday, Tuesday, every week, and nothing. Like you're still letting me go. This is mad. So that happened. End of the season, he offered me.
Innit? You just think, what's the point?
Bro. It's crazy. But then when you realize it, you understand. It's not actually you. It's who you know.
So let me ask you a question then, So let's say with all the knowledge you have now, go back to when you were just signed for Arsenal, whatever age that was. Yeah. What would you do different? And is there something you'd do different? If you had all the knowledge you have now, but you're you at 15.
I could answer that for him. He would stay at Arsenal. 100%.
No. The answer you're looking for, no. You got to remember, the move to Arsenal, it wasn't just because I didn't want to be at Arsenal. It was money related, of course, to support family and all of that kind of stuff. It had a little bit to do with that. Also, opportunity getting into the first team. Back then, no one broke through. I think.
Would you do anything different though?
Cess was the only one.
What would you do different? Because this now could be advice for anyone. The younger people going through it.
It's a difficult one. I don't want to say I wouldn't go to West Ham, but maybe I would have gone somewhere similar to how Arsenal.
Would you have done the Fulham move?
I don't remember it being that much similar to Arsenal, but I would have gone somewhere where the environment was similar to how it was at Arsenal. So in terms of that, I mean like the style of play, how the training ground was set up.
Back then, they weren't that. It was only Arsenal that had that style.
This is what I'm saying.
Even United didn't play that kind of football.
It's a difficult one because I went to West Ham and it taught me to be tough, mentally strong, and I think that's the biggest thing I took from West Ham. I wouldn't say I necessarily become a better player at West Ham, but I definitely become mentally solid. Yeah, I become strong. That was a good one still. No, I'd definitely say maybe I would have gone somewhere else. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But I would say I definitely picked up.
What would you tell to someone going through what you went through right now? Like,
what advice would you give?
What advice would you give them?
Bro, I can't lie to you. I'd done everything that I had to do. Really? Like I was on.
You need a bit of luck in life.
You need a bit of luck.
So for you'll get it no matter what.
For the youngsters coming through, you've got to look at yourself and see if you've got any regrets. Me personally, I got no regrets at my time. I can't look back at West Ham and say, I didn't do this, I should have done it, I should have slept early. I've done everything by the book, what I was required to do. And that's why I think I've done all right for myself and managed to, even though I play non-league since I left the pro game, and it was a choice for me to leave the pro game and earn money. So for me, it turned to a point where, do I care about the level? Or now, I've done all this work, I'm 22 now, about to drop out the pro game, I dropped out for money reasons as well. Do I go out and drop out and make a living out of football? And luckily, I've played non-league and I've made good money out of non-league consistently up until now. So I feel like I've achieved something out of football, you know?
Yeah, and you've reached levels that how many people don't get to even reach those levels? How many people apply?
Billions, bro.
Billions,
bro.
So
it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
And the fact that he played at Arsenal youth, West Ham youth,
and you've made friends with people that are
they're clubs that he's knocking on, and they're establised clubs. It's not like Mickey Mouse team.
Of course, but I used to steal all his tops. I've got bare West Ham tops.
I get where you had all them tops from.
You told him about what my brother used to do.
His brother.
Well, that was a madness, bro. But he don't know. So you know, you get match day tracksuits. Yeah. We'll get like 3 of them match day tracksuits. Yeah, to like wear to games or whatever, or the jackets. I'm coming home. Bro, tracksuits are going missing. But these tracksuits, if they go missing, I have to pay a fine and
They give you a new one.
no, I have to pay.
And then you have
You're
to
buying
pay for
a new one
You
now.
get a fine
And then you got to buy your
and
own
you got to
one.
buy a new one. You got to pay for a new one, bro. Tracksuits are going missing for fun. I'm like, but I'm saying that where's the tracksuits? And you know, like he's point blank lying to man, like point blank.
And it can only be him.
Bro,
Then,
nah, what do you
then
mean?
obviously years down the line,
Me and
me and Izzy become close. Izzy's
and-
wearing a
me and-
tracksuit.
so
He's
these-
licking me. He's wearing a tracksuit.
I'm wearing it.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
hold on. So he's giving
Bro.
it to the man them. He's,
Now, you
he's
know the
giving
joke thing is, me and his brother at the time, remember when I was in Saudi living there, his brother was with me.
Oh,
So
okay.
every summer
Okay.
he'd come, like we'd go London
Yeah.
and we'd go back to Saudi. His
With
brother
hella
come back
tracksuit.
with West Ham here, there's hella stuff,
think I
bro.
need that, yeah.
Trading
Yeah.
top.
Bro.
I said, bro, bring man in.
You know, obviously he's gone.
Bring
I
man
can't
in.
get it back.
These times you're getting fined left, right,
I'm getting
centre.
fined, bro.
We're playing like it's his ball and that. Which man's wearing the kits and that, feeling like a
Feeling the
professional,
part,
bro.
yeah,
That's,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the closest I can feel to a.
Bro, yeah, that stuff was mad. But yeah, then dropping into non-league, it was just a decision that I
You know
made.
what's mad? Like even like you said, when you've got a football CV, you always have a club, and especially in that non-league, they will look after you. They'll just look at your CV. They'll be like, oh, he's played-
Yes and no. I agree, but I don't agree.
You don't think so?
You always have a club, but my reasoning for you'll always have a club.
No, not in the sense of forget your reasoning.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying in the sense of like say now if I played at X, Y, and Z clubs, I won't be able to not find a club. I'd always get an opportunity.
Yeah,
to play.
you'll
That's
get an
what I'm coming
opportunity.
from.
100%. Yeah, you'll get an opportunity. Yeah,
But
yeah.
your reasons is different.
Yeah,
You wanted to do it for
Yeah,
personal
yeah,
reasons,
yeah,
or you
exactly,
didn't
yeah.
want the headache of the professional game.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you can play in like gear 2 or 3, have a great time, and be earning a decent amount.
Yeah,
of money.
yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
Exactly. Yeah, no,
That's
100%.
more for your
Yeah,
lifestyle,
yeah.
yeah.
Opportunity wise, if you've done something in the game, it will help you to have a
Facts,
career
yeah,
longevity in the game. And for me, what I would say to kids is do the hard work while you're from the age of 16 to 20, build your base for the next 15 years. Because everything I believe that has made me the player I am today, even in non-league, I'd like to think I'm half decent at that level. It's all because of the work that I done when I was a kid. It's not the work I'm doing now. Because when you get to 23, 24, you can't change the way you play. You are what you was as a kid. Do you know what I mean? All you're doing is perfecting it. That's it. So you can't all of a sudden decide I'm going to become a runner or I'm going to be a technical player or I'm going to be a winger. What you do from 16 to 20 is what determines how long you stay in the game and if you can make money out of it. Because I know boys that I've played with, bro, they're done. By the time they come out the pro game, 23, 24, can't play football because they're going to clubs and they're playing for free. And then I'm telling them, bro, I'm getting X amount. They're going, huh? How you getting that? But because you didn't put the work in when you was young, you're now no good. You've just got a CV, but then when they see you playing, you're not good. You're not a cut above the rest.
You're not a cut above the
Yeah,
rest.
you're not a cut above the rest. And I'm seen as to certain teams, I'm a cut above, I'm respected. You're not okay. He's worth his money. We pay him whatever he wants. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he still adds value
So that's
to
what
it,
I would
yeah.
say to the kids. When you're 16 to 20, put the graft in. It will pay out long term. 100% it will pay out.
Who's the best player you played against?
The best player I've played against, Gael Kakuta.
I thought he was going to say my name,
What
I can't
the-
lie.
Is he? No, it's a
I
different.
swear
guy.
that.
Why do I know
hold on,
that
was
name?
The Chelsea one.
Yeah, little Chelsea.
Yeah.
Little Chelsea.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, yeah. I was thinking, why do I know that
Yeah.
name? Yeah.
Yeah, hit myth.
Different gravy.
Forget about it.
I heard he was different
no,
gravy as well.
No.
Wallahi.
Bro, this guy, I've heard stories from people that have played with him. I've played against him.
Couldn't get near him.
How? How do you get near him?
Oh,
That
wow,
good.
that good.
How do you get near
Considering
him?
you played with Jack Wilshere,
Yeah, considering I'm playing with Jack Wilshere.
mad.
Forget Jack Wilshere.
and we all know,
And we know
what,
Jack
Jack
Wilshere.
Wilshere,
like,
come on,
Bro, this guy was
He never really knocked
different.
onto the other level, though, innit?
Who?
Him.
No, he
No,
couldn't
he
get a
didn't.
break. He couldn't get a break into, I think, the Chelsea first. He was in and out. I don't know what happened. There was different things, obviously, but
when you
Baller.
played against him,
no. He was, bro, unplayable, bro. Unplayable.
Yeah.
Different level, bro. Like, he's getting the ball, edge of the box, zoop, put it in the goal. He's not even tired, nothing, just come. Normal. You know, like if you was to play with your little nephews and that, and
Yeah, that's-
and you know, like, and you got to remember, he's like 5'5".
you can't get near them type
So
of
he's like 5'5", and back then 5'5" is even skinnier, even
Yeah,
smaller,
yeah,
like
yeah,
17,
yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Bro, he's getting the ball and he's gone. You can't touch the ball. He's going, and he's got this thing where he drops the shoulder. Bro, if he drops the shoulder,
Gone.
khalas,
you're going Tesco.
it's over.
Yeah, you're going Tesco.
Well, like
Give me a drink, yeah.
Give me a super malt, big
he's
man.
one player, bro. You don't forget them players. Even till now, you mention his name to the boys that I played in the youth teams them days. You say, I remember Kakuta.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
That's
I think he's playing in France now.
Okay.
But he was the one that was, bro,
So
unbelievable.
speaking of now then, so tell us what you're doing now.
So coaching now. So I coach like a college program called Level 7.
Okay.
So it's just like what it does is it bridges the gap there's loads of them, by the way, but the idea is it bridges the gap from the boys that fall out of the game at 16
sick.
to have that feeling of being a pro footballer.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is to be able to train every day and study every day.
Okay.
So at least, because some
Football
boys,
scholarship type of thing.
yeah, but obviously it's
And they have something to fall back on, i.e. their education.
their education, yeah. But then it gives them opportunity as well, because some people, they blossom late.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I've had
I'm still waiting to blossom. I can't. I'm still waiting. I'm coming, bro. He's saying, I got
you need to come on the program.
yeah, I've got his top still. I'm still wearing the
Just
top.
roll up with it.
Tops are tight though. Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Sign me up.
Yeah, it just bridges the gap, and it allows them, because so in my time I've done it for the last 5 years between, not the same company, but between two different companies, the other one being Pro Direct. I've seen, I would say, 8 to 10 players move back into the game, into the pro game, that have no academy background. So grassroots players, you would call them. So at 16, they finish school and they're like, you know what? I want to go and play football, train every day.
Do you know what's mad? I feel like now in this day and age, they're taking a lot more like grassroots type players. Back in the day, if you weren't in an academy, you're not getting a sniff. Nobody's talking to you.
Unless you were like an Ian Wright, you know, like a sensation.
Even then, that's like 1 in 100
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
million.
Now,
There's loads of boys getting
Now
picked up, bro.
there's grassroots teams are getting picked up from YouTube teams and this.
Yeah.
But that's
So I
the
feel
thing.
like the now
There's
I think-
YouTube teams now.
Yeah, it's a lot
Before,
more
that was
easier.
on- yeah.
Like it's not
To be
easier,
known,
but it's
no,
a lot
but
more
to
on
get
the eye. You
seen.
can be seen a lot more easier now than it was
100%.
10, 15 years ago.
1,000,000%,
If
bro.
you're not in academy, they're telling you, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
The first question they ask you, who have you played for? And if you're not saying a top level team, they'll be like, sorry,
See you
thank you,
later.
thank you, mate.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't
No,
need it.
yes,
But now,
yeah.
kind of grassroots players are taking
you're
advantage.
coaching now, innit?
Yeah, so yeah, I coach. So I coach full time Monday to Friday. I coach full time, and I enjoy it. And I've been offered. I've done obviously my qualifications
Oh, wicked.
I can coach at an academy if I wanted to. I got all my qualifications up to UEFA B. So I've done all that stuff. So if I ever wanted to, I could. And I've been offered jobs at like under 12s, under 13s, under 14s. It's not that I'm not ready for it. It's politics again.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same reason that I play football. I played football because I
Does it go
enjoyed
back
it.
to who you know, not what you know.
Yeah. So like even in the academy system, it's you're like basically what's the word that I can say? Basically, they give you what to do. You just go and deliver it.
Okay.
You get it? So you don't have.
Here's the plan, execute it.
Yeah.
You
This is
don't
the
have
plan. This is
any
what you're
input-
gonna coach today.
You don't have
so,
any input on
so
it.
if I'm that academy
That's a bit
manager,
dead though, because what if it doesn't agree with your philosophy or your?
this is what I'm saying. And my long term is to be a manager. I want to manage in football. I want to be a men's team manager. I don't want to just be a coach.
but
If you're a
long-term
coach,
team,
probably academy is the right environment for you because they tell you what to do. If I'm academy director, I'll say to you, listen, for 6 weeks, we're working on passing at the back. West, here you go. This is your sessions. Or they might give you the topic. You can come up with the sessions.
Yeah.
But imagine you go and play and you've lost 7-0 and you want to work and defend it. No, they don't care. They're saying to you, listen, we're working at playing at the back 6 weeks. Here you go. And you go and deliver it.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like I'm a robot.
Yeah,
I don't
that
feel
is,
like
bro.
I've got ideas. I want to do things. I want to implement
They're
things.
stifling that. They don't want you to.
Yeah, so for me, once I've had a taste of what I was doing now, this college program, because it's a youth team, innit? It's an under 19 team.
Oh, wicked.
So you're dealing with boys. You can have a go at them. You can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
run. You can run them. You can make them. You know what I mean? You can treat them like young men because you can help them get to the next.
You're getting them
And they
prepared
are
as
young
well.
men. That is,
They are
literally-
exactly,
that's what
yeah.
they are. They're young
And
men.
I treat them like my friends in terms of like I don't treat them as like, oh, you're just a student.
I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
I went to watch a game, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, swear.
Be
I got there a bit
careful.
late.
Be careful.
I went to watch a game, yeah. I got there a bit late, so I got there just half time. So I thought, all right, let me just wait for them to come out. I wanted to say Wagwan to him. He's there. I don't know the score, remember? I've just walked in.
You just walked in, yeah.
I've seen him ripping them. Hey, yo, shit. What you doing? Da, da, da. He's
Yeah.
putting a fire under
And
them,
I'm
innit?
not that kind of person. Like you.
No,
never-
but at the same
Huh?
time,
You too.
Sometimes you need to, but
At
I'm
the
just
same
in general.
time-
So he must have got a shock because he's never seen me.
I've
like
never
that.
seen that side of him,
He's
bro.
never seen
Other than
that.
FIFA.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
normal.
FIFA brings that- everyone does that
brings
at
that.
FIFA.
But then, bearing in mind, I ain't seen the first half. The second half, they started playing. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Whatever he
it
did.
worked.
The head
Whatever
touching
he
them.
did.
Yeah, bro, it worked.
just-
They
yeah.
started playing. Obviously, I missed the first half, so I can't tell you if it was. He told me after, and he told me, nah, first half couldn't get sniffed. It wasn't, like, wasn't getting close to their man and da da da. But second half, which goes back to what you're saying, is you need to be able to shout at them at times.
Absolutely.
And you know your players, innit? Some players don't react to that.
Yeah.
Some players do.
Because I coach, I enjoy coaching in it, just like I play. So I'm doing it in a way of, it's not like I don't see it as a job.
Yeah.
I
Something
enjoy
you
it.
love, it's
Luckily,
passion.
I get paid for it. I get paid for it. But I see it as like I'm helping these kids to the next stage. And we've moved on a few players. Like obviously, you know, Mikey. Mikey will tell you what I'm like. Mikey Bamford, he played for me. He was my captain or whatever. He will tell you what I'm like. I treated these boys like they were young pros.
Okay.
So like they all come out to training. Training will be like how I trained when I was at West Ham or when I was at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Everything will be laid out. Boom. So when they turn up, they're thinking, wait a minute. Something's clicking because some of these boys, their backgrounds ain't great, which I know because I'm, you know what I mean? I live in the ends. I've grown up from, I haven't come from the right background. So I know these things make a difference because when I went to training, I didn't feel like I was from the ends. I felt like different. I thought, wow, this is home.
Serious,
Do you know what I mean? So I had to build that environment for them. And some of them grabbed it, bro, and they moved on, you know? We had a boy called Jaden Philogene. He went on, he's gone, signed for Aston Villa. He was come off the bench in the Premier League. He's got called up for under 19 England. He's just gone on loan to Stoke, I believe, literally the other day. So he's
one of your boys.
I know my close friend of mine is his agent.
Camacho.
Lewis.
Nah. Someone else,
Lewis.
I think.
There's another guy. I think
There must
there's
be
a
two of them.
partnership. There's a partnership.
Okay, yeah, he must
I
be
know
the other
Lewis,
guy. Yeah. So he got him. He left. He went from me to Aston Villa.
Okay.
So he was part of my squad that I had there, and I had an unbelievable team. I can't lie. That team I had there was one of the best teams. But
wicked.
we moved on. Loads of boys that have gone. Some of them had an academy career, moved into the youth team, got let go for whatever reason. But my thing is, I've helped you get there.
Yeah,
What you do when you're there,
You've done your job,
it's on you. Like Jaden, he got put in that environment, and fair play to him. And there was a sense he was always going to take it because he was a selfish guy.
Oh, sir.
Selfish kid, bruv. Selfish kid. But it's good.
You need that.
Sometimes you need that.
But you need that in general. I think in football, if you're not selfish, you're not going to go far. Because you're not going to go far.
Although it's a team game, but when you're in that sort of thing, you have to think about what am I doing to stand out?
What am I doing
What
to
can I
get
do?
there? How can I get there? 100%.
Once you get there, then you can think about, okay, now let me do this.
Yeah, exactly.
To
Yeah,
get there,
so-
you got to really,
True,
really
yeah.
You
put
got to
in.
shine. You got to be
Moving
the
away
brightest
from
light.
football, sorry to cut you, but
Yeah.
moving away because you're also for the viewers who may not know, you're doing a podcast as well.
Yeah, so I've started. Well, it's not my podcast; it's Dom's podcast. It's called Detailed on Mic.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of I would say a little bit similar to what you do, but obviously ours is a little bit more. We talk about success stories, and what I mean by success is like, I feel like us guys here, we're successful because of our backgrounds that we've come from. We might not be multi-millionaires and drive a mad car and have a mad watch or whatever. We've done all right for ourselves, you know. People have got families, jobs, stable. That's success to us. And Dom's a few years younger than me. I think he's like 5 years younger than me. He's 24, 25. So he wanted to share the stories of people on our level that have actually done all right. So the younger crowd can see what you see on Instagram.
It's fake.
It's fake.
Yeah.
We get it. You see Cristiano Ronaldo, but how many Cristiano Ronaldos are there? How many multi-millionaires are there?
Facts.
Not everyone that comes from the end is going to be a multi-millionaire. No one's saying don't aspire to it, but also don't look down
Be
on
realistic
people.
as
Yeah,
well,
don't look down on people that are on your level, that are doing all right for themselves. And also don't use it as your area as an excuse to say, I
I'm
come
never gonna
from,
make it.
I've come from, I don't know, this estate and that estate. I can't make it. I failed. How, bro? There's people that are on our level that have made it. So we've had some unbelievable stories, people that have come on, like people you wouldn't know, but when you hear the story, it's relatable. It's mad relatable. Like I think it was yours, Izzy. Izzy shared a story that he come on, and we had like Dom got messaged by someone and was saying, "Oh my god, that's crazy," because I've got the same situation happening in my family. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not going to speak on it, but in the story it says, and like you know that it's relatable stuff. But
It's needed, bro.
And you don't know how many people relate to you.
Of course.
Because you just think it's just everyone's so like.
You remember, like, obviously the
Focused
story
on
we're talking
yourself,
about.
Yeah,
You
of course.
remember? It was like when we told him, bro, you know this is da-da-da, and even like Zoobs spoke about another boy that we know.
Another
he said,
friend of
"Is you
us.
know like this? I have the same situation in my family." Is like what? So this just ain't me. But this
a
is
lot of
someone that's you know what I mean is successful.
You could be going through one thing and then there's like 1,000 people.
Bro.
out there, but
Same thing.
You would never think that.
And we always feel like
We always
I'm the
internalise
only
it.
one going through this madness.
every
always
time.
internalise
Yeah,
it.
every time it's like,
it's
but when you
just
really
me.
deep it, bro, you're not.
Bro,
Yeah,
you're not.
you're not.
But you still done something of yourself, regardless of
Oh,
what
yeah,
you're going
yeah,
through. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was just to share people's stories that haven't come from mad backgrounds, but have done something for themselves, and just to enlighten people really.
That's sick.
So
You guys
yeah,
check
man.
it out. It's detailed on mic.
Yeah.
Where are we going to put the description?
On
Yeah, go on.
YouTube.
Where's it going to be?
He loves that.
I love that bit, but they don't put anything there.
It's just there.
I need to
The
check the
curtains.
editor still.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Yeah.
Just before we go, if you could give a piece of advice to anybody, whatever it is, whether it be in the football department or life in general, what would it be?
enjoy what you do, regardless of money or anything. If you don't enjoy it, stop, find what you enjoy and do it.
I love that.
Yeah,
What side? No, it's your time now, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, what? My time?
Yeah.
Come on.
Swear down.
Yeah,
All
go
right,
on.
okay. You always love to put pressure on me, innit? All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out Detailed on Mike.